and he knows what he wants to do, and he knows what the business is about and where he wants to be, and I just look forward to so much more from him.
I do too. I can't wait to see what happens between Pete and Celia.
Well, who do you think is Celia's father, or the mystery man?
You want me to say right now who I think?
Yeah. I wouldn't ask you if I didn't want to know an answer.
It's Dimitri.
Okay, that was my thoughts too, but I wasn't positive. We have to, I guess, wait and see. But that was my thought too when I found out that he was coming back.
Yeah, that's the only thing that popped in my mind, because when I heard that Michael Nader was coming back a while ago, and I said it has to be him. He's the only one. If I remember correctly, and I did watch AMC back then when he was on, he was a very protective type of character. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah. Now it's only the soaps in the chat room said, I fear it is tied to Billy Clyde with Celia. Well, that could be too.
Yeah, if he's coming. I don't know much about that character.
Oh, my Lord, are you in for a treat? I mean, the guy's a villain, but he's hysterical. He really is. You're going to love that. You should go on YouTube and watch some Billy Clyde Tuggle scenes, and you'll be laughing, because he's a character within a character.
See, I never, was he sort of like, I remember a little bit, does he sort of look like a Jekyll and Hyde type?
Well, he had like longish blonde hair, and he had this big mustache, and, he was just a very Southern guy, let's put it that way.
Oh, he's very Southern.
Yeah.
Oh,
you'll have to go and watch it on YouTube, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But he was definitely a villain. Thought he was dead, but then again, nobody's ever dead on a soap.
That's true.
I'm laughing because of the comments in the chat room. It's only the soaps wrote white trash Southern pimp. You see that? And then I was trying to be nice, but that's what she that's Billy.
And he would hate the Miranda Center and her helping hookers.
Of course, that's taking his business away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now for sure you're going to have to watch it.
I got to catch him.
Now, I watched All My Children today, and I watched it right before we went on live for the show tonight.
Yeah.
And tell me if I heard this right. Did what's her name? Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think of her character name. Kara, she told, was talking to David about the abortion and whatever. So her baby is really alive, for one, right?
I have a hunch that she didn't have an abortion.
Right. Okay. That's what I'm thinking, too. I really believe that her baby's alive and it's hidden somewhere. And then also, who was talking?
I got to remember.
I'm trying to remember who was talking, but somebody had said something that, I think it was Kara that said it too, that David is the one that actually shot Marissa? Did you watch it?
Yeah. I heard, oh my God, I got to see it again and just hear that.
Yeah, because I could swear that's what they said. They said that, and David, it wasn't, somebody was saying it wasn't David's fault because, he was trying to get the gun away from JR. So I think what happened is they were wrestling with the gun. Okay, somebody is, yes, they're confirming that in the chat room. They were fighting over the gun, JR and David, and I guess David must have pulled the trigger, but of course he wouldn't want to shoot his daughter, so that had to be an accident. I was very surprised.
But he went for JR.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he went to prison because of JR shooting? And
yeah, I know, but I thought that it was said that JR shot Marissa and then David shot JR. But then when I heard when I heard that today, I was like, wait a minute, that's not what was said earlier. So I'm not quite sure. I guess we'll have to just keep watching in that regard as well.
I know. I gotta watch that again here. I do remember hearing that, and there's some things that will just like stick with me, and others will like just fly under the, what do they call that?
The radar.
Fly under the radar, yeah. That I don't get a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna have to double check on that one too, because I did hear that.
Yeah, and that's what's good about being able to watch this over and over. When you miss something or you want to go back and watch it again, with them being on Hulu and iTunes.
Yeah, it's a good thing we can save it and go back later.
Yeah, and I do put the episodes on my website at Take Two Radio. I haven't put today's up yet, but the last 2 weeks are up there. The only thing I'm wondering, though, is because if you're not a Hulu Plus subscriber, I think it was, that the episode will end after 10 days and you can't watch it again. So I'm going to have to go back and see if the first episode is able to be viewed on my website.
Yeah, you might. Where did you take it from? Just Hulu?
I took it from Hulu.
Just Hulu, plain Hulu?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because Hulu Plus is on my phone, and I can't grab an embed code off of there.
Yeah, that's right. Hulu Plus is only for your mobiles, right?
Right. Mhm. Yeah. Do you watch it on iTunes or do you watch it on Hulu?
I watch it on Hulu Plus, yeah, on my iPad.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is also new. None of us know how this works.
I know. If we can even, we are doing it. I guess somehow we're making sure everyone gets a peek at it.
Oh, definitely. Well, Hulu is free, so anybody can watch it. So otherwise they wouldn't have an embed code on there if you couldn't embed it somewhere. They would disable that.
That's true.
That's even like YouTube. If you've ever been on there, well, you may not have because most people just go on YouTube just to watch what's there and tweet it out or something. But for me, when I put music on my website, when I put videos on my Take Two Radio Music website, if you click share, there's an option to embed, with that code. And a lot of times they're not available because they don't want you to embed it.
That's true. And if they don't want you to embed it, then they wouldn't allow that.
Right. Exactly.
They wouldn't allow it.
Exactly. So I haven't watched today's One Life to Live yet, but I cannot even begin to believe, but then again I can begin to believe that Victor is poisoning Todd.
Well, that was the first round anyway. I think he poured the rest out and decided not to.
That's what I was wondering when he cleaned out the bottle. It's either that or he's getting rid of the evidence.
Or that, yeah. My other thinking is, now this is just me, off the walls, I don't think that's Victor.
You don't think it's Victor?
I don't know. I have something in the back of my head saying that everything's happening came a little too quickly. Not enough explanation. But I know, it's like it's right out of the blue. Maybe it's just how it was written, but the way it is written tells me I'm not really sure that's even Victor.
Well, that's always a possibility, too, and it's only the soap said in the chat room, do you think that it's a triplet or plastic surgery? And I would tend to think that if that's not really Victor, I think it's plastic surgery, and it could be that nutcase that, what's his name, that was with Allison?
Mm-hmm. Oh.
What's his name? The Messiah guy.
Mitch.
Mitch Lawrence, that's it. Maybe it's him. Who knows?
No, Mitch is dead.
Well, hello, it's a soap. Didn't we just say nobody's ever dead on soaps? Do you know how long Billy Craig Tuggle has been dead?
Yes, that's true. It could be. But
I mean, it would only make sense. Why else would Allison have him? Why would she have Victor? That made no sense at all.
Yeah, I want to know why Allison had Victor.
Yep, so do I.
I want to know why. I know it was back then. Hey, you watched it too, didn't you?
Mitch, it's only so says, Mitch who is dead equals he was brought to Hades by Eddie and Stacy. I still don't believe anything. You know, they could show them in the ground, burnt up to a crisp, and they can always come back. So that's the one thing about soaps.
That's the one thing about soaps. It could be, or it could be almost anybody.
Yep, that's
it
for
could
sure.
Be I just have a hunch that, I don't know, I can't really tell you who it is, but I'd like to believe it is, but I don't think it is. Victor. There's some,
who?
I don't know. I don't think, there's some part of me that doesn't think it's Victor, but I'd like to believe it is Victor.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just glad to have Trevor St. John back in any capacity, so I don't care who he is.
I think the same people who are after him are looking at Dorian and are looking at Todd.
This is true. So, anyways, we'll have to keep watching, and we'll keep having shows, and we'll keep talking about it, and we'll tweet it out, and we'll Facebook it, and our thoughts of who could be who and who's doing what to whom and everything else. And I'm just so happy that we have that, you know, that we can do it.
Yeah, I know. It's a blessing.
It definitely is. So for our listeners, we are taking about a week off, and probably more like the next 2 weeks, although I do have a guest on May 19th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and his name is John Angheiser, and he is going to be on our show. He's in rock music, and my co-host will be my special guest co-host, Mike. So I hope you can join us for that, but we are going to take a break. If anything comes up in the meantime, I am waiting for one confirmation for the 21st, and I'm very excited about this guest. So we will let you know. Watch our Twitter. Go to take2radio.com. Follow us on Blog Talk, and you'll find out who the upcoming guest will be. And then on Twitter, it's Take2 Radio, and then also David and Savina's Twitter is Take2 Radio Crew. Yes, Michelle, he was actually a soap actor at one time, but he's been on many, many other shows and many well-known shows. And when I finally tell you who it is, you'll be like, oh, my God, I do know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be very excited. Because I know I am. I didn't think I was going to get this person, but looks like I pretty much am.